Pele is one of only 4 players to score a hat-trick in the World Cup finals, doing so in 1958 against France. Pele is the youngest player to score a hat-trick in the World Cup, at just 17 years and 239 days old. The 1958 World Cup final was played in front of 50,000 fans at the Rosunda Stadium in Solna, Sweden. Pele's 3 goals against France came in a span of just 23 minutes, between the 52nd and 75th minutes. Pele's hat-trick helped Brazil win their first ever World Cup title, defeating France 5-2. Only 3 other players have scored a hat-trick in the World Cup final: Jeff Hurst, Carly Lloyd, and Kylian Mbappé. Pele's incredible performance in the 1958 World Cup final cemented his status as a football legend, earning him global recognition. Discover how the Pygmalion Effect, a type of self-fulfilling prophecy, affects student performance, as seen in the famous Rosenthal-Jacobson study, where teachers' expectations boosted students' IQ scores by 15 points. The Pygmalion Effect is a self-fulfilling prophecy where high expectations lead to improved performance. In 1966, Rosenthal and Jacobson conducted a study to test the Pygmalion Effect on student performance. Teachers were told that certain students were intellectually gifted, although this was randomly assigned. The study found that these gifted students showed a 15-point increase in IQ scores over the course of a year. The Pygmalion Effect works because positive expectations influence teacher behavior, which in turn affects student motivation. Watch in awe as the Telegraph Plant and the Chameleon Plant change their leaf direction to maximize sunlight, and learn about the incredible science behind their movements. The Telegraph Plant and Chameleon Plant are 2 rare species that can move their leaves to adapt to their environment. These plants have specialized cells called pulvini that allow their leaves to rotate up to 90 degrees. The Telegraph Plant can move its leaves in response to light, temperature, and even touch. The Chameleon Plant changes its leaf color to blend in with its surroundings, providing camouflage from predators. Both plants use a process called nyctropism to move their leaves at night, folding them up to conserve energy. Explore the upper layer of the rainforest, where trees like the Kapok and Strangler Fig thrive, and meet the creatures that call it home, like the sloths and toucans. The rainforest canopy is home to over 50% of all plant and animal species on Earth. The kapok tree can grow up to 200 feet tall, making it one of the tallest trees in the rainforest. Strangler figs start their lives as epiphytes, slowly suffocating their host trees as they grow. Sloths spend up to 20 hours a day sleeping or resting in the rainforest canopy. Toucans use their oversized beaks to pluck fruit from trees and to intimidate rivals. The rainforest canopy is so dense that it can take up to 10 minutes for rain to reach the forest floor. Venture into the Amazon rainforest, where we'll find the mysterious red waters of Brazil's Rio Negro, which gets its distinctive color from the presence of humic acids and tannins. Deep in Brazil's Amazon rainforest lies the mysterious Rio Negro, a river like no other. The Rio Negro gets its distinctive red color from humic acids and tannins in the water. This unique ecosystem is home to over 2,000 species of fish, many found nowhere else. The Rio Negro is a vital habitat for iconic Amazonian wildlife like jaguars and anacondas. The river's dark waters support a rich food chain, from tiny microorganisms to massive caimans. The Rio Negro's remarkable biodiversity makes it a crucial area for conservation efforts worldwide. Get to know the inner workings of a combi boiler, from its heat exchanger to its diverter valve, and learn how it provides both heating and hot water to your home. A combi boiler is a single unit that provides both heating and hot water to your home. The heat exchanger is the heart of the boiler, where cold water is heated to produce hot water. The diverter valve switches between heating and hot water modes, ensuring you get what you need. Combi boilers use a process called priority switching to allocate resources between heating and hot water. A combi boiler's internal components are designed to minimize space and maximize efficiency. Regular maintenance can prevent up to 90% of boiler breakdowns, saving you time and money. Witness the devastating impact of floods on endangered rhino populations in Nepal's Chitwan National Park, where the 2020 monsoon floods affected over 50 rhinos. Nepal's Chitwan National Park is home to over 600 endangered rhinos, one of the largest populations in the world. The 2020 monsoon floods in Chitwan affected over 50 rhinos, displacing many from their habitats. Rhinos are highly susceptible to disease and injury in flooded areas, making them vulnerable to extinction. Conservationists are working to relocate affected rhinos to higher ground and provide medical care to those in need. The floods also damaged critical rhino habitats, including grasslands and forests, which will take years to recover. Relive the tense era of the Cold War and learn how the nuclear arms race between the US and USSR led to significant arms control agreements, such as the Partial Nuclear Test Ban Treaty of 1963. The US-Russia arms race began in the 1950 seconds, fueled by fear and mistrust during the Cold War. The USSR's launch of Sputnik in 1957 sparked a nuclear arms race, pushing the US to accelerate its missile program. The Partial Nuclear Test Ban Treaty of 1963 prohibited nuclear tests in space, the atmosphere, and underwater. The arms race led to a massive buildup of nuclear arsenals, with over 60,000 nuclear warheads stockpiled by 1986. The Strategic Arms Limitation Talks, SALT, treaty in 1972 limited the number of nuclear missiles each side could deploy.